Hey, welcome everybody. Today's Wednesday, August 12th. It's day 5 of class. We made it through the first two lectures about love and theft and why we study rock today. There is no video lecture. There's just going to be an assignment. So today's topic is the sound of rural poverty, also known, or what I call, the blues. Our learning objective is: how do the country blues reflect the challenges of sharecropping, racial injustice, and rural poverty in the early 20th century? So the blues are the roots, and the other music are the fruits. It's better keeping the roots alive because it means better fruits from now on. The blues are the roots of all American music. As long as American music survives, so will the blues. That is bass player Willie Dixon. Played bass for Chess Records and Muddy Waters. So here's our message today. Dear class, today we begin to look at the history of rock and roll. There's no place better to start than the roots of rock and roll, the American blues. This is the sound of rural American poverty, the sound from the ground that made its way to the top. We're going to be doing two activities today. One involved looking at the influence of blues, and the other involves looking to the past and making an imagined road trip through the land of the blues. Of the American musical tradition that provided rock and roll with this source material, none is more commonly celebrated than the blues. Over the course of time, the figures of bluesmen such as Robert Johnson and Charlie Patton, Blind Lemon Jefferson, and Leadbelly. Listen to those names. Nobody has names like that anymore. Leadbelly, Blind Lemon Jefferson. They have taken an almost mystical aura. Theirs are voices that carry within them the wealth of the African American experience, much of it born out of hardship. Today we will explore the American South in the early 20th century and the rural environs of the musicians associated with the blues of that time and place. It's a world of Jim Crow and the harsh mandates, of extreme poverty, of sometimes extreme violence. But it's also a world that gave rise to some of the most powerful music this country has ever produced. From the piano-driven recordings of the blues queens, including Bessie Smith, Mama Smith, and Ma Rainey, to the slide guitar of Robert Johnson and Leadbelly's 12-string style. The music presented here runs a range, some of it more commercial in its time, some of it quite raw, even by the standards of the age. Wait till you hear Charlie Patton's High Water Rising. It is raw. So, what binds it all as a genre are the blues notes that give the music its emotional flavor, the narrative impulse behind the songs, and the portrayals of African American life that haunt the performances. Today, we will go into a story without which the history of America cannot be fully understood: the sound of rural poverty. Your agenda today is threefold: watch this message or read this message. Then head over to classwork, and there are two assignments. There's Bridging the Gap Questions, which is a video and an attendance assignment today. And then a interesting one called A Trip Through the Delta over at the classwork. You can get more information there. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you later.